What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to FBA Capital. And today I'm bringing you guys another daily range case study on none other than I'm actually doing a different pair. I'm actually doing S&P 500. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. So the first thing we're going to do is start off by getting our 3-point outline that consists of the previous day's high, the previous day's low. Okay, let me get this real quick. Damn, keep fucking up. The previous day's low, the previous day's the previous day's Asian session range, just like this. Boom, boom. Just like that, we have the 12 a.m. open, which is right here. And now that we have that 3-point outline, I want you to pay attention to a few areas in price. I want you to pay attention to this high, this low, and this high right here. These are going to be the main areas I want you to pay attention to. So we're going to start off up here. So why is this high important? So for one, this high was created at 3:30 in the morning and did what? It cleared the previous day's high. It also cleared this Asian session high, just like this. So we're going to annotate that. And at what time? At 3:30. So at 3:30 a.m., we cleared the previous day's high, and we had this false break along with the Asian range high. And personally, I did end up taking an L on a trade today. I was trying to short the market, and I personally, I was getting into a short trade right in here. I personally didn't think price was going to continue moving any higher. I thought price was going to continue to drop from here. I was looking for a bearish London continuation, and I thought this was going to be our high of the day. But I'm going to explain to you guys why that isn't the case. So now that we have this, what happened after that? Right after that, price ran above at what time? 10 o'clock. And you guys got to keep in mind, at 10 o'clock, there was news. There was news at 10 o'clock that caused this spike in the momentum. So price spiked, cleared this London session high that was created. And then from here, price immediately had this false break scenario. So if you even go to the lower time frame right here, or even on the 1 minute, zoom all the way up here, you're going to see the reaction price had. As soon as it cleared this high, rejected, and immediately started falling within 2 minutes of it clearing that high. So we're going to annotate this, and I'm going to explain to you why this all happened. What price did this happen? It didn't tap into 46,000, even 4,600, even though it was right here. It didn't tap into it, sadly. It would have been nice, a little confirmation if it did. It probably would have gave me more reason to believe it was going to go short, but it is what it is. So at what time? At 10 o'clock, we had the high of the day. So we got this high of the day at 10 a.m. And I'm going to put in parentheses news because it was news at 10 o'clock that caused this spike. So we had the false break of London highs. We had the false break of London highs at 10 o'clock. And from here, this is where price expanded to the downside. And let's just say you weren't able to catch this short, because this would have been the ideal short that you would have wanted to catch. But before that, I want you guys to also pay attention to this. So like I was saying before, I was looking for potential London continuation to the downside. But even though I didn't get that continuation, the fib play still played out. So just like that. Why did I use these 2 points? Because this is the high before this move that this range was currently in, and this is the low right before price started to expand to the top side and retrace. And you can easily see that this is where price held below. So if I were to take off the wicks, let's go over here, take off the wicks, you can still see that even though price did expand to the top side with that wick clearing the liquidity, the main volume of these candles remained below this fib short, and that's what I want you guys to pay attention to. Get rid of this, just like that. And then from here, you can easily see price dropped. So we're also we're gonna add this in here. So plus we had that fib short. Even though it wasn't a London continuation, the fib short still ended up playing out, and it did hold these levels. And we're also above the 12 a.m. open, giving us a pretty good price to sell at. And then from here, price just drop. And why is this area important here? Because this is an area that you could have potentially got a retracement in. So we're going to use this high up here. Why? Because this is the move that we're going to be drawing our fib from all the way down to this move here. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is a 38.20% rejection. Just like this. Yes, it is. We have this 38.20% rejection along with this retracement into this 15-minute breaker block. So if I pull this over, you can see clearly this is where price trade it into that 38.20%, trade it into this low, which is a breaker block. And if you look at what level this is at 45.70, which is, I'm not really good with these S&P levels in my opinion, but I'm gonna say this is a big not a big figure level, but mid figure in a way. 45.70 is a whole number, so that's why this level is gonna be important. So let's annotate this. And at what time did this happen? This happened at 10:45. So at 10:45 a.m. we had this fib short, 38.20% rejection, along with the 15-minute breaker block rejection, along with the 45.70 rejection. And this is when price kept on dropping, and then what did it end up doing? It ended up coming all the way down to this previous day's low, and that's where price targeted. So target the previous day's low. Just like that. I spelled that all wrong. Target the previous day's low. Just like that. And then where did it come after that? It came all the way down here after doing what? Clearing this low to the left. And this is what ended up being our low of the day. So we got this low of the day at what time? 16, which is about 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, I'm pretty sure. Is it 14 is 1? 15:45. So I'm going to say 2:45. So we got the low of the day at 2:45. And what other confirmations did we have in this area? We had, it didn't tap into 4,500. But if we come to say a higher time frame, let's see, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily. It doesn't look like it really tapped into any area of importance in my opinion. We have this order. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just use this order block, this last down candle right here. Pull it on over. It's not gonna be perfect. I'm gonna see how it looks on this lower time frame. Okay, it looks pretty good. So we had this rejection right here. So we have that low of the day at 2:45 p.m. Also, we have that 1 hour order block rejection. And this is where price ended up creating that low of the day. And from here, price just slowly expanded. It wasn't that long ago that price made this low of the day. You can see price retrace a little bit and it's still continuing just to overall slowly move a little bit lower. But with that being said, this is the majority of what happened. It was a pretty clean day. In my opinion, I was looking for the bearish line continuation like I've repeated. But it ended up just being a New York reversal after clearing this high. And even though, like I said, when you take off this wick, it does look like a London continuation. Those wicks are what is going to stop you out a lot of the time. That's why you always have to understand when you should be re-entering trades, when you should give your trade a second chance, and all these little things that come with practice and understanding your setup. So even though I did take it out today, I'm going to take this information that I have to use it in the future and know that if this happens in the future, I can potentially anticipate that trade to happen still just in a different way. So with that being said, now let's get the schematic. So what happened? We had the Asian session range. Boom, boom, boom. London high came up. Price retraced all the way to the downside. News came out, cleared the high, and price just continued to expand to the downside for the rest of the day. So even though I was right on the direction, overall, it is what it is. I still ended up losing this trade, so there's only so much I could do about it. But we're going to take it, we're going to learn from it, and we're going to make sure that we improve from it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to screenshot this. I'm going to send it in the Telegram group. So if you're not in the Telegram group, make sure you join it. I send these trades every single day. And I send my live analysis and live trades every day. All of that. So with that being said, just like this video, subscribe, comment. I'm doing these videos every day just for you guys to benefit from. So I hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're learning something. If you are, make sure you comment, like, share this video with a friend. And with that being said, be motivated by the fear of being average, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning.